Hi, and welcome back to Musings with Jackie N. And if you're new to this channel, I usually say that this is my little spot where I like to come and just share some of my deep reflections on different things in life, or maybe something that I read in the Bible, something that I experienced at work, or just plain old life things from going through life and being where I am now. But I took 5 things that if I could tell someone, that could possibly improve their life, that improved mine. I have 5 things that I would like to share today, that could improve your life as soon as right away, right? So, one of the things that I want to start off with is watching out for opinions on your dreams. Sometimes that's one of the first things that can really just snuff us out and make us feel bummed out when we share with someone maybe something that we're wanting to do, or a dream that we have. And sometimes it's not even always the words that they say, it's the silence, it's the uncomfortable nothing that makes you want to feel like you're second guessing things, and that maybe you shouldn't be as confident as as you are about what you want to do. And it can really be dream killers. Also, too, there are people that will talk though, and we don't lack opinions in this world, do we? All you have to do is go on any social media platform and check the comments. It doesn't matter how positive something is that's happening, there's always going to be a group of negative people that have something that's not positive, right? So we have to look at what the intention really is behind what things that people are saying, because some people do have great things to tell us that are very wise. It may not be what we want to hear, but they very well could be right. So I'm not wanting you to um, X out all good advice that you're getting, but just be aware of it if people are really trying to just completely destroy your dreams and your aspirations and not have anything at all positive to contribute to the situation. A second thing that I would say that could improve your life is ignoring that gnawing feeling you have of having a fear of missing out. What you need to understand is that anything that you have going on now, and I'm talking about activities and interests, I'm not talking about people in your life, but like um there are people that are very much into like TV and TV series and movies and games and sports. I'm not putting any of that down. Those are great things. Everybody needs to have a life, right? But I'm talking about those things that are not necessarily benefiting your life, and you having an opportunity to do something such as fulfill a dream, start a business, open up something, go back to school, starting a craft or a hobby, and but you're fearing missing out on some of the things that you're used to doing. Most things that we are interested in, that we're doing, even if it has to do with friendships. First of all, if you go pursue a dream and lose friends in that process, you may need to look at that a little closer anyway, as far as those friends. But in general, in life, the things that we're doing or the interests that we have will be there when we get done with whatever it is that we're doing. But oftentimes, people fear missing out on things, and that's why they don't go for anything that it is that they want to do. So, fear of missing out is something else that you want to grow in the practice of kind of ignoring and the things that other people are doing and where they're going, and they're posting online, and you're feeling like your life is at a standstill while you work on your goals, and they're doing all these great things. You can't look at those things. You have to be focused on what it is that you're doing and not allow FOMO to get to you. Another thing that can improve your life is you don't want to hide your values. You don't want to hide your authentic self. It's a time waster. It is something that's not going to add to your life. It's going to make you feel like a fake and a phony. And you're going to be around people or in situations and circumstances that you're truly not free to be yourself. You're truly not happy in the circumstances because you felt maybe the need to hide what's important and what your values are, what your belief systems are, anything like that. When you do that, you're hiding you and you're kind of betraying yourself. So you don't want to hide your values. That is a number one way to improve your life and it improve the way that you feel on a daily basis and the people that you're surrounding yourself by. You in real life, you may not really even like these people. I mean, if you had a choice, you might not even really be with them, and you're finding that you're having to give up so much of yourself just to be acceptable to them. And is it really worth it? So I would say don't hide your values would be like number 3. Number 4, have confidence in your feelings and your interests. It doesn't matter what anybody else is doing. It kind of goes with number 3 a little bit. But what I particularly mean is a lot of times we downplay what we knew when we were kids. Okay. Some of us had some adults in our life. Maybe they weren't very affirmative. Maybe they weren't very positive. Maybe they didn't build us up as far as our confidence in ourselves. And so we talked ourselves out of things that we really were interested in when we were kids, and we just never pursued those things. Okay. So I am saying that whatever you feel your purpose is in life, have confidence in it. Have confidence in what you believe you should be doing and where you believe you should be. That is, let me tell you something. When you are operating and walking in your purpose and what you're designed to do, life satisfaction just shoots through the roof. It's one of the best things ever. And you probably think that I'm saying that reflecting on the fact that I'm a therapist. That's not my number one thing. Um, I was a foster parent for 6 years, and I know from when I was a kid that that was something I always wanted to do, and I kept talking myself out of it, talking myself out of it, and then finally I did. I did it, and let me tell you something, it was like I didn't care about what anything else was happening. All of my interests changed, my desires changed. I was so in my zone. And it's crazy, I kept putting it off and talking myself out of it as an adult, but I always had it right as a child. I'm telling you, it's the best thing ever when you can go back and say, you know what, before this world contaminated me with all of their opinions and what was acceptable for me to do, what is it that I always wanted to do? What is it that I've always had an interest in? What are the things that nag me that don't bother anyone else, but it still bothers me? Pursue those things. You were likely very much right when you were younger. I would say number 5 is to take responsibility for your life and decisions. And this is a big one that I would say, even in therapy, there's a lot of pushback on this when working with a person about taking responsibility. Do you mind if I share with you just a different perspective about responsibility? I'm not telling you that every single thing that occurred in your life was your responsibility and that you need to take responsibility for that, especially if it's some type of a victimization, a crime that happened to you. I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about our lives for what and where it is now. Taking responsibility for the peace that we played a part in and the decisions that we made that led us to where we are right now. There is a silver lining to not running away from responsibility because when you take responsibility in some things, it actually gives you power back. It doesn't tear you down or make you feel worse. It gives you power back. Okay. So, in other words, let's say, since I work with a lot of abuse, let's say that a person comes out of an abusive situation, okay, and they're the survivor. It's like, it doesn't seem right to make them responsible for anything. But what if it's something small like, okay, this was a horrible person, what they did, the way that they treated me. However, one thing that I could do better is trust myself in the future when I don't feel safe with someone or I don't like their behaviors and getting myself out of it sooner than rather than staying in it for a long term. That's something to take responsibility of. Okay. But do you see how that empowers you too? See, if you don't take any responsibility and you believe that everything involving your safety is dependent upon other people and you don't have any say in it, then you're leaving yourself wide open for whatever people do. But if you take responsibility and say, hey, I can't control everything, but I can protect myself a little bit better, do you see how that makes you feel? It makes you a little bit less scared to go out in the world and engage in situations and relationships with people. And you're less afraid of the same thing happening again because you already got a plan. Okay. So those are my five things that, I would say that can be reflected upon and enacted in people's lives to improve it right away and even improve the way that you feel and give you more confidence as you face challenges out in the world around you. As I always remind you, you're an answer. You are capable no matter what you've done, what you've been through, or where you've been. You can change the world around you. Until the next time, please take care of yourself.